Hello everybody, our scripture today is Philippians chapter 4 verse 8. I'm reading it from the ESV. It says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is honorable, think about these things." The Holy Spirit is teaching us how to think like Christ, and He is using the above verse to show us the thinking pattern of Christ. And I said to you, we are going to dissect it piece by piece. Today we are on the second part of 8 ways to think like Christ, which is we are to think on whatever is honorable. The Amplified says whatever is honorable and worthy of respect, and the NIV says think on what is noble. Let us go back to Daniel and see how he thought on whatever is honorable and worthy of respect. I'm going to show you in the next 2 days how Daniel and his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, thought on whatever is honorable and worthy of respect. In Daniel chapter 2, we find that King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and he demanded that his magicians, his enchanters, his sorcerers, his wise men, his astrologers tell him what the dream was about, because his spirit was troubled by this dream and sleep left him. I read that from Daniel chapter 2 verse 2 to 4. Of course, they couldn't tell him the dream, and he resorted to killing them because of that. Daniel was one of the wise men, and he himself faced death. However, he spoke to Arioch, who was the captain of the king's guard, and asked him for the reason for the death sentence. When Arioch told him, Daniel asked the king for time so that he would inquire from God what the dream and its interpretation was. The action of wanting to go and pray to God shows Daniel's thinking of honor towards God. He didn't panic in this situation. He thought of God. He thought of running to Him for solution. And that is why he asked for time. Daniel chapter 6 verse 16 says, he requested more time to tell the king what the dream meant. Do you hear his faith there also? You see, honorable thinking towards God means you believe in His ability, capability, and willingness to do what you ask Him to do. Daniel, in his thinking, already concluded that when he goes before God, God will answer him. That is an honorable thinking towards God. In Daniel chapter 2 verse 28, he says, there is a God in heaven who reveals secrets. That is the honor that we need to show God in our thinking. When issues arise, whether good or bad, our first thought must be, God, what are you saying? What are you doing? Father, what must I do? You see, when Daniel had these questions in his mind, the Lord told him to go and ask for time. Thinking on whatever is honorable connects you with the one you show honor. If issues arise and in your mind you panic, fear, the spirit of fear, because you are honoring fear, the spirit of fear is going to slip in. Then God is not going to give you solutions. You are going to come out with fear-filled solution. When you honorably think of God, He will honor you before men. Daniel chapter 2 verse 46 says, after Daniel told the king the dream and its interpretation, the king bent down his face toward the ground and gave honor to Daniel. In verse 48, he gave Daniel high honors and many great gifts and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon and placed him in charge of all the wise men of Babylon. All this began with Daniel's thinking pattern. You have the ability to tap into this lifestyle. The Holy Spirit will enable you to think on whatever is honorable and whatever is worthy of respect. In Jesus' name, amen and amen.